We're Team 4, and we're going to talk about Complex Química as our project for digital marketing proposal. The consultant team is Jose Lopez, Cristobal Medina, Gabriel Vasquez, Daniel Charles, and myself, Juan Carlos Gil. We're going to talk a little bit about Complex Química. Complex Química is a chemical company. It's a medium-sized family-owned company founded in 1958. The company is basically manufactures highly specialized chemicals compounds in two facilities that we have in Monterrey, and also the company has a distribution center in Mexico City. They are specialized in tolling for other companies multi-step organic synthesis, those chemicals that requires special handling because they are hazardous materials. And we are also specialized in operations that requires several units operations. We export more than 80% of our production to the North America, US, and Canada mainly, but also we export to Europe, Asia, South America, and Africa. The value proposition of Complex is the company is very flexible. They can produce almost every kind of chemical for any industry, like agro industry, petrochemical industry, oil and gas, mining, water treatment, and among others. We have, well, another of the values of Complex is the capacity. They have installed capacity for production for more than 2,000 metric tons per month. They are a company that is committed with their customers. Complex can hold some inventory for high volume products, for raw materials and finished goods. And also Complex is a very loyal company. The company looks for a long-term relationship with their customers. Some of them are working along with Complex for more than 30 years by now.
Now, for the goal of this RFP, we decided with the ones that drive the company more. The first one is to increase the volume of sales, which will help us with the economies of scale. And this will then result in an increased revenue for the company, which is the bottom line of the business. We also want to improve our customer journey in order to retain more of our customers and attract new customers with an improved customer journey. We also want to increase brand awareness in the market. We want more people to know about us, what we do, and the commitment that we have with our customers. And lastly, we want to produce content relevant to our industry, and we want to locate our website as the reference sites for chemical news, content related to chemical, and provide a safe haven to those who want to know about these chemical processes.
Well, right now, which are the touch points that Complex has? The main touch points for the company right now are the trade shows, the website, word of mouth or recommendations, the executive presentations and company tours for prospect clients, and the plant managers and sales personnel who receive the POs and contact the clients. Those touch points that are recently developed are in the social media like LinkedIn, and those touch points that need to be developed are the company tours for students and blogs for not technical people related with chemicals, with a day-to-day issues like how to handle leach, or what are the risk of electricity in the house or something like that related with the industry, but not direct with the production of complex materials. We make the assessment that mention what is the current situation of the company. Right now, Complex doesn't have like a based marketing strategy. So they don't have a formal list for the marketing channels, but they know which one are their best prospects and what the company is looking for. So based on that, we are going to develop the marketing strategy during this presentation.
As it was mentioned before, Complex have a very established touch point. So as you can see on the left side of the screen, the touch points that are really developed are the trade shows, the ads, some early stages of social media, and for sure the word of mouth. That it's the key for growing customers. However, it's important that Complex Química have a strategy and also go along with the customers during all the journey and have clear objectives of what we want to achieve with each of the touch points. So as you can see on the right, there is the marketing funnel, and we are gonna have, or we're proposing to have 5 goals with our marketing funnel. So we want to create awareness, we want to increase the engagement of our customer, we want to have leads. That means that we want to have a list of potential customers that we can deliver relevant content to them. Also, we want to have a very good experience for them when they are purchasing something from us, even if they're a product or a process. And the final stage and the most critical one, we want to repeat the purchase. We want customers that are growing with along with Complex Química, and also that they can recommend us. So as you can see, some of the proposal touch points, we're gonna also propose a strategy to measure with specific KPIs. In few slides ahead, we're gonna explain a little bit more about all of these strategies and how they fit in the ecosystem of digital marketing.
Of course. Well, now regarding to the current digital ecosystem, in order to, before making a new proposal, right now Complex Química has a web page with some opportunities with a fixed layout and with low flexibility and low user friendliness. Trade shows are other part of the current ecosystem with a standard participation and standard materials. There's a limited media for publicity ads. There's a LinkedIn account recently developed with limited interaction, and of course the email, it's the final element. So in the next slide, what we're proposing right now is a digital ecosystem proposal that is B2B adaptable, that may increase awareness, reach more potential clients, that could be flexible, that could increase communication channels, more touch points, which is an integrated strategy within the online and offline strategy, with a call to action. So for this, we are considering an integrated online-offline strategy with some current elements that are already in place in Complex Química, with some other elements that are currently implemented, but it can be improved, and some new elements in order to reach this strategy. So in the next slide, we are doing a proposal for offline and online. With the blue point, we are assessing elements that are already implemented. The orange ones are the ones that are currently exist, but with we're proposing to make them better or to improve them. and the green one is the new elements. So for the offline strategy, we're going to start with the trade shows attendance. We consider this an important element that we need to consider because of the importance of recommendations and face-to-face interactions with flyers, presentation, merchandising, and snacks and drinks for customers. It's important that these flyers and presentations, merchandises have this call to action, maybe with QR codes that may be able to reach or hook the clients to the websites in order to make a connection with the offline and the online premise. Also, we like to make, as we mentioned before, the touch points, develop planned tours for students for chemical engineering and related, because we believe that there might be some potential clients from some potential people that might go into the procurement departments. So it would be nice to increase awareness, at least around the industry here in Monterrey. There's an important universities, and we believe it's important to gather some presence in the student environment. Of course, we can reach some other universities or companies as well from outside of Monterrey. In the invoice, we would like to increase some information touch points with banners at the end, with contact information and website. It will be something that we need to improve about the current invoice in order to transform the invoice into a new communication point or touch points with the clients. The Chemical Week magazine paid advertising will be another point in order to maintain as a touch point, and also to consider the increase of cold calls. So we're going to explain a little bit further how do we mean with these cold calls. So for the online, we're trying to improve the website. So we're talking about redesign the website with now with a flexible layout that will consider viewports, breakpoints, and a new framework adaptable for desktop and mobile for the better user experience. We think it will be important to use also a pay-per-click strategy, which will consider some ads and then follow it by a SEO strategy in order for more organic development. Also, newsletter and mailing list will be another element that we think we can improve conversation with the clients or potential clients as well. White paper will be important also to give a deeper understanding about the innovation and the varied value that Complex Química can offer. Podcast as well. It will be also another way to have interaction with the potential clients. Tactical advertising in the industry pages, LinkedIn profile, the use of social media as new communication channels. For instance, WeChat, we can use this in order to maybe to go a little bit inside of the market in Asia, especially particularly in China. Telegram and WhatsApp in order to make those communication channels be more reachable to the clients. And finally, email communication. So now, in order to talk about these marketing challenges, this is a strategy that we previously mentioned, we will be able to tackle some of these marketing challenges. So right now we have a web page with limited reach and within a low standard of the industry, because the industry has also a really low standard. So we're going to try to make a new company differentiation that will resonate in the market and raise awareness. We would like to develop new communication avenues with additional touch points we have mentioned before, reaching new geographies and increase the call to action to convert new opportunities. Right now, 90% of the interactions that we have with clients comes from recommendations. So 90% comes from this, 9% from trade shows, and 1% is other sources. So we're going to try to decrease the dependency of recommendations in order to with this new platform or this new strategy. So in order to tackle these challenges in the next slide, in order to improve our website or web page, in order to reach more people, the PPC and SEO strategy and the keyword strategy will help us to reach higher performance in the search engine in websites. The mobile out web page for user engagement will also help us to improve this user experience with update designs, with content hierarchy, with flexible layouts and consistent look and feel. Trade show materials and invoice leading to website will be also another thing to improve to tackle this market challenge. The company differentiation and resonating the market and increase awareness will be tackled with active social media in LinkedIn, also with industry information in cases of success, with plan tours, tactical ads on industry pages, and white paper as well. And of course, there's other sources of social media that we can rely on. In the next slide, to develop more communication avenues or additional touch points, the newsletter, podcast, and also, once again, social media can help us to integrate online and offline interconnected strategy when the paper and trade show materials can be integrated with an online strategy in order to develop more interconnected communications and touch points. We can reach new geographies with a web search optimization that we previously talked about. WeChat could be another tool to reach some other markets, such as WhatsApp, Telegram, for a faster and more personal communication. In the increased call to action and compared to new opportunities, it could be reached or tackled with trade show materials integrated once again with the digital ecosystem. Web page design for the target audience with improved linking strategy. Newsletter subscriptions to build an additional portfolio for new cold calls. So this newsletter and all this ecosystem can help us to develop this portfolio for which now we can know which people we can reach out with these cold calls.
Thank you, Pepe. So also thinking about our strategy, it's important that Complex Química acknowledge and that we have a very clear target audience. So in order to define this target audience that we're going to have, we divide it in 3 dimensions. So the first one is what our companies need from us. So here, the first or what they are looking for us, it's because they are looking for a toller for chemical products. They want custom tailored chemical compounds. So it's important that we highlight that we have those capabilities, but also we have some other characteristics that it's important to highlight. Like we are able to produce or manufacture risk and hazardous materials and also to storage them. So that's a competitive advantage. And also because they are looking for a partner that manufacture patented chemicals, and confidentiality, it's gonna be one of the things that we can offer to them. The second thing is that we need to aim our marketing strategy to 2 kinds of people. So first one, it's to the decision makers. So we need to have that the people that make the decision have enough information to rely on Complex Química. And the second thing is that we need to have some influencers. We need to have people in the operations, lab specialists that understand the chemical advantages and the technical processes that we have in Complex Química. And the third one is the urgency and the budget. We need to be really clear about that the things that we are doing are custom made and we're going to have medium urgency. So we're going to be able to support some emergencies, but not all. So that's some important. And also that, price is one of our advantage, but they need to have, that we need to be in the same market as other custom made chemicals. So putting these 3 dimensions, we are going to need to have 4 pillars to support this or to address the needs of these 3 dimensions. So the first one is that we need to focus our strategy on building relationships. People are gonna, we are developing for them custom chemicals, so they are gonna need personal attention, curated materials specific for them, and the most important thing, we need to be easy to find and contact. The second thing is that we need to involve more people in our target audience. We need to have the decision makers, we need to have the influencers, and we need to create content for each of them. The other 2 pillars are share experience. We need to share expertise. We need to share our expertise, and we need to use some digital platforms like website, white papers, podcasts, or self-assessment that we can deliver or we can show to the world and our potential customers what we are capable of. And finally, as we are producing chemical and they are custom made, we have long selling cycles. So what we need to have is to go along with the customers in this journey. have meaningful touch points with the customers, and also enable them to make a recommendation about Complex Química. We saw, and we're going to see that the word of mouth, it's the most important channel for us. So we don't want to lose that, but we want to make easier for our customers to share their opinion and reach new audiences. So here, we were talking about that in these audiences, also it's important to consider what are the customer journey map. So you can see here in the touch points, what we have is what we currently have. So we have the word of mouth, we have executive presentations, we usually make phone calls, and we have the invoices, and for sure we have the customer service and technical support that has distinguished Complex Química. So we don't want to get rid of that. We just want to enhance. And how we're going to enhance that, as you can see, there are different needs in each step of these customer journey maps. So even if we have different customers, they're going to have needs. So at the beginning, they're going to need, they have the need to find a tailor for customer products. So we need to have a clear strategy to make it easy for them. So as you can see at the bottom in this exactly column of awareness, how we're going to reach that that goal by having an SEO strategy, by having a friendly mobile app, and by having online ads. So in each of the stages, we're going to see that there are different needs. So I want to focus on the opportunities. So the opportunities, and as we have presented in the challenges, we are proposing some of the marketing technology tools to solve some of the needs, but we need to be focused on how they are gonna enhance the customer journey map, the customer journey with us. So I'm not gonna explain each of them, but I want to focus on the referral. We need to bring a platform for our customers so they are able to refer to other ones, and we are gonna be able to do that through social media, to trade shows, and also by having this gathering and congress, and so they are easy to network with other customers. Probably you're asking for this customer journey map if they are fit for all our target audiences and which personas we're aiming here. So we are developing or how this strategy fit. So we're going to explain just a little bit about the 4 personas that we have and how we're going to reach them, how we're going to see if he or she is a good fit, and the marketing technology. So for the CEOs of big companies, for sure we're going to have a strategy focused on social media, AdWords, web papers, and how we're gonna see if she or he is a good fit for us. We need to be really easy, and it needs to have a website that it's fast and that answers in a very clear way. And what marketing technology we're gonna use? We're gonna use pay-per-click campaigns. We're gonna use sponsored contents with university that we're gonna see the white papers, and also have automatic responses that goes with leads. So we can have the information, and we have a database so we can reach them in the future with the relevant content. If we go to the next persona, we have also in these personas procurement managers. These procurement managers, they're going to be a little bit different from the other ones because we're going to reach them in trade shows, and also in the marketing technology approach that we need to have with them. It's that it's not also pay-per-click or other things. We need to have the keywords because they are going to be looking for products. So in our keywords, we need to have like our products and our processes, and support by other platforms like WhatsApp, Telegram, and WeChat, because we're going to have buyers from all around the world, because we're going to have a very good presence in the website. So it's better that we have the platform to have that. And also, automatic responses are going to play a big role in that. In the next persona, that it's the CEO of a middle company, they're going to be able also to go to some trade shows, and it's going to be a mix between the big CEO and the other one, but they are going to have the purchasing decision. So we need to have information about our products that it's easy to find, and easy and fast answer of the inquiries. So we need to have some facts and some prepare for that. And other thing is that they are going to be in a hurry. The CEO of a middle company is going to perform some other, areas that are probably in a big company are supported by other personas. So we need to have mobile access. So our mobile site, it's going to be the key to go to reach this audience. So everything that we have talked, we need to be able that a person in a cell phone can reach that. And finally, we have our influencers. These kind of influencers, they are gonna look for a specific information, for technical capabilities. So our way to reach them is gonna be through search engine and have AdWords and ads in specialized publications. And our marketing strategy is gonna focus on the search engine optimizations, sponsor contents with university, and having these automatic responses.
Now, for the scope of the work and the timeline that we are setting ourselves, we divided the work plan into 5 different stages. First, we need to know where we are as a marketing perspective. We need to create a SWOT analysis. We need to implement benchmarking. We need to do an internal study to figure out where we are, and finally, we need to do an ecosystem analysis. From this point, when we are sure where we are and where our competitors are improving upon, we need to establishing marketing goals. These will be defined with the top management in order to set the expectations and what we are going to get out of this project. The next big step is to define the marketing strategy. We need to create target audience and profile personas. We need to segment our target audience. We need to position according to our value proposition. We need to create a content strategy, do the keyword research, prepare a calendar for displaying the content, and create a social media posting schedule. Then we need to go to the digital strategies and tactics. These are implementing the things that we are planning, the strategy that we plan. We need to do email marketing campaigns. We need to do social media. We need to do our website optimizations. We need to do search engine optimization to improve organic traffic to our site. We need to build our CRM. We need to go to the paid media advertising. We need to automate these tools as much as we can. And finally, we need to create content that will be relevant and interesting to our customers. Finally, we need to measure our results and KPIs. We need to create the database. We need to prepare the data. And how are we going to visualize our reports? We need to integrate the software that is required. And finally, we need to do the ROI analysis report in order to us to really figure out how much did we get out of this project.
Okay, great. Well, now we are going to talk about the project objectives. Basically, those project objectives are tactical activities that we need to do to achieve the goals mentioned by Daniel and Pepe. And well, we are going to talk here about the most relevant topics is redesign the web page to be a responsive website, high performance and secure and implement a secure website, search engine optimization, and referral marketing. So we have other ones that are like an emailing marketing strategy or write white papers, but in this section, we are going to focus just on those 4. Okay, well, that is the current design that we have in Complex Química. As you can see, unfortunately, this web page is not working properly in all the devices. Basically, it's not responsive because it's 100% fixed. So the main problem with this approach is that we will get an horizontal scroll bar on screens smaller than the site width, and a lot of blue space at the edges of the design on larger screens, as you can see here in this image. So our suggestion is in the next slide, and basically is use percentage instead of pixels, because that is going to help us to achieve our goals of responsive website. The other four are add a search box. That is going to help us to not just as a call to action, if not use that tool as analytic section to understand what the users are looking for. Other option that we want to change is the video. At this moment, it's a very old video, so we want to improve this, maybe with new personas, new images, something like that. Use some images as a background also. As you can see, that the site is too white, so we want to improve that part. And the other one is enable the external links and maybe move those boxes to the bottom of the page, because they don't have a special section for advertisement or for invitations for conferences, something like that. So we want to improve that part also and remove the broken links that we have on that web page. The next one. The next point is more related about security. At this moment, as you can see in the image, security is 5 of 10, and this is because basically all the information that we exchange in the website is not protected, and this is not going to help us with the first impression that we have for our future clients, because when you access to the site, you are going to see a red message saying that this site is not protected. No, so basically, as you can see, it's not good impression for our prospective clients. And the other point is verify if all the links are working properly and delete broken links, because we identify that some links are basically not working and they need to modify it or remove everything that it's not at this moment utilize it. No. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the next one is about search engine optimization and keywords. We have some recommendation here. The first one is the add headings each one to web pages. Basically, is a title, okay, that we need to add in each section of the web page. That is going to help to the analytics tool to understand what we are talking in the article, and they are going to help us to attract new clients or to attract traffic to the website. The second point is pay advertising. At this moment, as you can see here, it's 100% organic, so we are not paying anything, and this is an opportunity that we can try and see how it works. And the third option is create a blog section to talk about relevant topics. No, everything is related to the industry, could be something about security, maybe environment, how this company can improve, some things in the community, something like that. That is going to help us also to create keywords and, well, attract, as I said, new clients or new customers to the website. No. Okay, I think this is the most important part, because we know that referral are essential to our business. Almost as Juan said, 90% of our current portfolio of clients was achieved by these means. However, the process of generating referral requires more than delivering positive client experience. It also involves expanding how we generate more referrals. So some of the options or the recommendation that we have here is use SEO keywords in the flyer of the company, so we can renovate that part. The other one is factory or plant tours for a student of chemical engineering. I think that is a very good idea, because they are going to be our future buyers. So we know that this company has devices that they are the only one in the country that they have it. So it's a good stuff. It's a good point if they can show those that imaginary those devices to the students, because for sure they are going to be the new leaders in future. No? The other point, the tier one is invoices. Basically, as is in the presentation, is add some contact information at the end of the paper. And the tier one is the chemical week magazine. No, maybe buy some, pages in that magazine to talk about not just, as I said, not just about the company, if not the full organization, the full environment, the company, sorry, the community itself. No. This slide is the comparison between the complex chemical and 5 competitors that are locally based. So the first one is Kento, Biachem, Cosmocel, Polaquímica, and Syntech. And basically, the green part are the areas that we are okay. I mean, we have those points already in the company, and the orange ones are the opportunities that we have. No, we want to improve that social part, maybe as a sponsor of some programs. The other one is marketing strategy, maybe, edit some podcast, something that is related to digital that at this moment, the website or the company, well, basically we don't have that right now. And the last one is be a green company. Maybe understand the current situation, not just of the business, maybe the neighborhood. Okay, so they can do some campaigns or something like that to improve the image that they have in the neighborhood or in the community. Next slide.
Well, last but not least, we have the support document. This is a flyer that we as a team developed to deliver to the customer, just to resume all what we have already explained during this presentation. And here we have what we already know. Right now, how is the current situation about the customers, which is our customer, what are our objectives, and what are our commitment to develop to the company. And in the bottom, we have the referral information in case they want to make some contact with us. And basically, that's all for this presentation. Thank you very much. We are Team 4, and we appreciate your time.